Told I gotta roll. I'm back to ballin', I've been on the low. Yeah, a couple $1,000,000 just made off the road. Nah, I ain't from the deep, but this shit on the flow. Yeah, any niggas, they can't fuck with me. Wanna give a shout out to my Nina, yeah, she stuck with me. You can go ask any one of these hoes, it ain't no cuffing me. Mr. Glock, Mr. Get Shit Done, and I'm sucker free, bitch. Yo, welcome on in, How y'all doing this evening? Another edition of Hood Money, you know what I'm saying? We went on ahead, we done changed the schedule. We're gonna go ahead, daylight savings time and everything. We're gonna get to you Thursdays now instead of Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying? But we still gonna get to you early enough to get them picks in. You know what I'm saying? The picks last week, some of them was great, and we gonna go into all that. Some of them was super great. Other ones, you know what I'm saying, didn't go so well. But you know that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go every week. You know, you be having winners, you be having losers. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into this recap board real quick. Had a big issue last week because definitely called the winners for that first parlay. As you see, I got everything. I got a question mark on that Houston game because the Houston game, there was a lot of cheating going on in the Houston game. You know, I usually take my losses and roll with it, but you know what I'm saying? It was three specific plays in that game. The biggest one being that catch that wasn't a catch by Garrett Wilson. Everybody probably know by now that he didn't complete the catch. They were so focused on the shin, they didn't actually see the ball moving. And then his reaction after he caught it. Everybody know, you know, when you make a play, you get up and celebrate. You don't get up and put your hands on your head because that he knew that he didn't catch the ball. But that was one. G.J. Reed holding Shroud in the end zone. It was, I mean, I don't know how they could have missed that. The leg whip on Shroud could have cost them a couple games, might have cost them a year. They didn't see that neither. So, you know, it was a lot of controversial calls that led to the Jets winning. The refs definitely carried the day for them. They definitely don't look like a good team going forward. And, you know, this week I'm just going to stay away from that because, you know, on that parlay, everything else cleared. You know what I'm saying? The second parlay wasn't that good, but the other ones, you know what I'm saying, we stayed in it. Over-unders wasn't that great. You know what I'm saying? Cashing in on 1 to 4, you know, you got to do a lot better this week. 1 to 4 definitely, or 1 to 5 definitely ain't going to get them 1 to 4, 1 to 5. It's not going to get no winners going. So this week I've been tasked with trying to bring us back on everything because it's a big money week. You know what I'm saying? Like it is every week going forward. It's going to be big crucial matchups going forward. Same old story. Chiefs is undefeated right now. You know what I'm saying? Other teams out there fighting for position, fighting for second place right now. And the NFC, it's still a toss-up with Detroit in the lead right now. The Commanders right behind them and a couple other teams behind them. We got some disappointing teams. I just like to say RIP Dallas Cowboys football season. Time of death was November the 3rd. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be no comebacks, no big winning streaks. Done. They done. So we're going to get into it. We're going to go ahead and get into the big board as usual. Every week, you know what I'm saying? Come with the big board. This is my favorite time of the week. Look at the big board there and figure out what I'm going to do to get that money. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like to look at right here. You got all your matchups. We got 14 games this week. We got four teams with a bye this week. Going forward, it's going to be teams with byes, so it's going to be less games. But we put something special together for y'all this week, including, yes, it's back, but we're going to get into that. Tonight's matchup is going to be featuring the Ravens and the Bengals. The Ravens been hot lately. Henry is running over the league right now. The rushing game looks solid over there. The defense is stepping up over there. They're putting things together at the right time. The Bengals have also put together a few wins to get back in that AFC North right there, get back in that division. Joe Burrow has been looking good. The numbers have been looking good, and the wins have been coming. So this is a divisional matchup, and I do like the Ravens because they've been hot, and they're playing at home, and they're relatively healthy coming into this matchup. The Bengals, Higgins, he most likely won't play again this week. which is going to mess with their receiver core. I like the Ravens to get it done. All right, our next matchup, we do have another overseas matchup. This one is in Germany. This one is going to be the Giants versus the Panthers. It's just a bad scheduling. They probably figured these two teams was going to be good when they scheduled it, and neither one of them are. This is a tough game to bet on. So I'm going to still stick with what I've been sticking to every week. If Bryce Young is at quarterback, I'm going to be taking the other team. It was our lad that he won last week. He has to win one, right? It's week 10, so you figure he had to win one. I don't think he's going to win another one after it, and I'm going to take the Giants. The Giants seemingly can't put it together, but I do think they're going to get this win against the Panthers in Germany. All right, so we got Panthers. Sorry about that. We got Patriots. We got Bears. You know what I'm saying? We got two teams. You know, both of them struggling right now. They both trying to get their footing out here. You know, playing against tough teams, tough competition. Two rookie quarterbacks. First matchup of 1 versus 2 went to 2 with Jayden Daniels versus Caleb Williams. This is going to be 1 versus 3 with Caleb Williams and Drake May. So Bears are at home. They've absorbed a couple of tough losses to the Commanders and to the Cardinals on back-to-back weeks. They have dipped down, trying to stay over 500 and take this win here, and I see them doing it. I see May still struggling to catch up to the speed of the game. Williams, like I said, is dicey at best, but the team around him should put it together at home and secure that win. All right, our next matchup is the Bills and the Colts. The Bills and Colts, back in the day, it was a divisional matchup. Now the Colts are in the South. The Bills are still in the East. Colts have cashed in a lot of unders this year with the tough defense and the quarterback situation that's ever changing. They've decided to go with Joe Flacco for the next couple of weeks going forward. And of course, you have Josh Allen, as usual, always doing his thing. And he's put up good numbers this year once again. His team is on the rise. Their new acquisition Amari Cooper has to step it up. But besides that, everything else looks good. James Cook is back, and I'm taking the Bills to definitely get this win in Indianapolis on Sunday. Our next matchup features the Broncos and the Chiefs. Broncos-Chiefs, divisional matchup. Chiefs have been taking advantage of the Broncos lately, putting together a lot of wins against them, usually by big numbers. The receiving core for the Chiefs has been depleted, but you know they also had their addition Hopkins, and he stepped up for them last week. I fully intend on seeing him stepping it up even more in the coming weeks as he gets used to the playbook. The Broncos, Bo Nix has his team right behind the Chiefs in that division, but it's not really as close as it seems as the Chiefs are undefeated. And the Broncos have absorbed some losses, and you know they have Bo Nix, who was not one of the top 3 quarterbacks, but he was the quarterback that I thought was going to be the best out of these. And right now, he looks like he's the second best behind Jayden Daniels. Looks like it. But they both have over 500 records. I'm going to take the Chiefs to go ahead and get this win in Kansas City to keep that winning streak going. The Chiefs have 2 teams on the schedule that I believe that they could lose to. The first one is going to be coming up against the Bills, and then at the end of the year, they're going to be playing the Texans. So they play the Texans and they play the Bills. Both teams, like I said, I like the winner of that Texans-Bills to actually be the one that play them. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, so we got Saints, we got Niners. Niners are back in action after a bye. The Saints, a big upset last week, and that's what happens. Lost their coach, because when you lose to a guy that comes in and he's 2-19 and he gets a win against your team, and your team is relatively healthy, that's just how it goes in the league. I mean, can't lose to Bryce Young, cannot do it. So the Saints are going to be coming in with a new coach and hopefully a new identity. And the Niners getting McCaffrey back this week, coming off the bye. It looks good. They got everybody. They basically got all their people in there. Kittle and everybody else. Debo is going to be back healthy. So except for the one receiver that's not going to be back. But with the exception of that, I'm going to take the Niners on the road to beat the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers absorbed the. It was a close loss. It was still a loss to Kansas City. They put up a good fight, even though the receivers basically did next to nothing. There was a lot of running, and it was a couple turnovers that kept them in the game. But playing another top 5 team in the league, even though the record might not show it, I'm just going to take the Niners to win that game. Big matchup, AFC NFC matchup this week. We got the Steelers and we got the Commanders. All right, here we go. Last time these two met, Steelers were undefeated, riding a pretty lengthy winning streak. And had Ben Roethlisberger back then. It didn't matter. The Commanders ended their winning streak, ended their hopes of a flawless record in the regular season, and they would go on to not make the Super Bowl that year. Same thing happened to Philly a couple years later, and the Commanders will be playing them next. I think that's interesting scheduling right there. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead in this matchup, and I'm going to go with the Steelers. I'm going to take the Steelers on the road on the plus money. Jayden Daniels has been looking good. They have an impressive record, second in the NFC. But he does struggle with tough defenses, as we've seen in the season, as he continues to improve this year one. Steelers come in with one of the greatest defenses in the league, and Russell Wilson has been playing pretty good, and the receiving core has been picking him up, as well as Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren in the running game. So I'm going to go with the Steelers this week to hand the Commanders a loss. All right, so the next game we got Vikings, we got Jaguars. We got Vikings who are trying to get back in that NFC North race. They were in the first place, and now they're in third place. The Jaguars in the cellar of the South, which is horrible because the South is, like I said, probably the worst division in football. So that lets you know what the Jaguars are, and that lets you basically know what my pick is going to be. I'm going to take the Vikings. They're not suffering the collapse that they suffered last year. They managed to put a couple of wins together. Sunday night took care of the Colts, and I think that they will continue to win and push for a playoff spot. I do think that the division will go either to the Packers or the Lions. But yes, so I will take the Vikings on that matchup. Our next matchup features the Chargers, another third place in their division, the Chargers and the Titans. The Titans are actually third in their division as well. So 2 third place contenders playing in the AFC. The Chargers have been sliding lately. The D has been giving up a lot of yards and points, and the Titans have lost some key players and are trying to figure out if Mason Rudolph will continue to be their quarterback, him or Levis. So I go with the Chargers here at home to get back on the winning track and continue to push for a playoff spot. All right, our next game is the Eagles and the Cowboys. The Eagles are going to Dallas, and they are going to pick up a win. Dallas is going to be going with Cooper Rush. Dak Prescott was injured. He will not be back for the year, and the Cowboys' playoff situation was already in jeopardy before that. They've been having locker room issues. Ezekiel Elliott having issues. It's just a lot of issues in Dallas. I think they're going to push for a top 5 pick this year, and so I am going with the Eagles to win that game. The divisional matchups are usually close, so yeah, I'm going to take them. I'm thinking about those points, but I'm definitely going to take them. All right, the next matchup will be the Jets and the Cardinals. This game is even money. No one can figure out who's going to win this matchup. I did not bet on this matchup, like I alluded to earlier in the program. The Jets have the refs working with them right now, so I'm not trusting it. I would take the Cardinals at home if I was betting on it, but like I said, I'm staying away from the Cardinals for a while. Staying away from the Jets for a while after what I witnessed. If you want to go back and see that Garrett Wilson catch, you can. He obviously didn't catch that ball. Des Bryant would definitely tell you he didn't catch that ball. Our next matchup features another big matchup, AFC NFC matchup, big time lands. That's what they calling them now, the big time lands. You know what I'm saying? They playing the Texans. They playing the Texans. Texans are a pretty decent team. They've been having ups and downs. They suffered a loss last week. The Lions kept it rolling last week with a W. The Lions have been one of the most explosive teams all year. The running game, the passing game, the D. They definitely, even though Hutchinson is gone, they've remained stout on the defensive end. The Texans, they've won a couple big games. They've lost some games they were supposed to win. Their win-loss, their plus-minus isn't that high. That's what makes me nervous about the Texans. Their plus-minus is very low for one of the playoffs. It's the lowest for the playoff teams if the playoffs would start, and that's concerning. And the Lions' offense is always dangerous, so I would be taking the Lions this week to win that matchup on the road. Our Monday night matchup, it features the Rams and the Dolphins, two teams who started the season pretty slow and absorbed some injuries and now trying to pick up some W's going forward. The Dolphins have Tua back last week. He and Hill got back together. Hill had several weeks where he wasn't producing anything with no quarterback play. That connection, Waddle and him and Arcane, it's been running good. That's going to be a pretty good. It's going to be a pretty good deal down there in LA. The Rams once again back with Cooper and Nakua. Nakua got in some trouble last week, but he should be back on the field and ready to go. Two explosive offenses. Defenses are average at best right now. I did not take this game, but I would take the Rams at home just because of the long trip to LA that the Dolphins are going to have to take. It might be a little fatigue there. All right, so here we go. This is what I was telling you about down here. We got all my parlays for this week. You know what I'm saying? And we back with guaranteed. I got guaranteed winners here. You know what I'm saying? I got guaranteed winners here for you. As you know, I figured y'all was waiting on, so I had to bring it back. Okay, so for my first parlay, I got the Lions on the spread. I got the Vikings on the spread. I got the Bills on the spread. And I got the Bears on the money line. That's Vikings money line, Bears money line, Bills money line, Lions spread, definitely. Let's just skip this one. Let's go down to parlay 3. I got the Ravens on the money line. I had the Chargers on the money line. I got the Giants on the money line. And I got the Niners on the money line. And for that last parlay, we're going to drop down to parlay 4. I got the Chiefs on money line. I got the Steelers on the money line. I got the Niners on the money line. I got the Lions on the money line, and I got the Eagles all on the money line to make these parlays happen. So here we go with the guaranteed parlay. I like the Chiefs on the money line. I like the Falcons on the money line. I like the Steelers on that plus money line. And I'm taking the Eagles on the money line. Now, if you wanted to do a fifth parlay, and this didn't make it in there because it's already on 2 parlays, and you know, we don't want to jumble up too many parlays with one team. But another parlay, if you wanted to do another parlay to go with this guaranteed, when you could just add the Niners on there, just go ahead and throw the Niners on there, and then you got 5 instead of 4, and that's gonna bring you some more out the dough. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's gonna do for you. So there you have it. There it is. I almost forgot about the over-unders. Don't want to leave them out. We got the over on the Houston Lions game. We got the under on the Niners-Bucks game. We got the over on the Giants-Carolina game. We got the under on the Washington Steelers game. And we're going to go ahead and take the under on Kansas City and Denver. All right, so there you have it. There you go. Them is all the picks you need for this week. You know what I'm saying? We looking for another good one. It's been a few good ones. It's been some big winners, and it's been a couple ones that didn't quite make it. But you know, I'm in it with you as usual, as always. Your man Benny Boone. You know, always trying, make your weekend look nice and make your pockets look fat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that's it. There you have it. You know what I'm saying? Another week in the books. And as usual, let's get this money.